Hey, Lyoko Warriors. This is Captain Yeet here for you for another Codelyoko episode review. This is going to be Codelyoko Season 4, Episode 30, titled Echoes. So, let's get into it. So, this is the very last episode of Codelyoko. We're reviewing it. I'm a little sad. I've been little. I'm a lot of sad, man. It's been doing this for 2 years. 2 years I've been doing this. It'll be 3 years, October 5th. Let's get into this episode and then we can talk about Lyoko later on. Well, everything else. So this episode starts off with the opening. After the opening, we cut to Odd Orc, Jeremy, and Alita in the cafeteria eating their food, and they all look really sad. Alita does start to offer Odd her croissant, but he says he's not hungry. Sissy, she comes around to start some trouble, calling everybody lame-os, but Odd just makes fun of her. And she tries to walk off. Before she fully walks off, she goes, "Hey, Orc, if you ever need anything, honey, I'm always around." She pats him on the back. He goes, "Yeah, I'm good. I don't really need anything from you." And then it turns out, Sissy put a little tracking device on the back of his coat. Then Yumi walks up. She goes, "So, everybody ready? Today's the big day." Everybody's like, "Yeah, I guess so." Then it cuts to the very next scene. And the very next scene is all of them going to the factory. In the sewers. We don't actually get to see the whole montage of Yumi, Odd, and Orc getting on their scooters. Of Yumi, Odd, and Orc getting on the skateboards, and Alita and Jimmy getting on the scooters through the sewers. We don't get that montage no more. The very last episode, we don't get that montage. We do get a lot of flashbacks. Like I said, throughout for the past couple months, the last episode of Codelyoko is Flashback City. It is Flashback City. But we don't get to see that montage here, which is kind of sad since the last episode, but hey, it's whatever, I guess. Anyway, after we see them going to the sewers to go to the factory, we see Sissy looking at her little GPS tracker. She goes, "Oh, so that's where Oric and his friends are going. Okay, so this is good." And then we cut to them actually getting to the factory, opening up the elevator to go to the supercomputer to finally shut it down for good, since they finally defeated Xana. And I really like this shot. This is probably going to be the thumbnail. This is probably going to be the thumbnail right here. We see the elevator doors open, and we see all the Lyoko warriors just looking nice. Just looking nice, like they're ready to rumble or something. Like, this is a nice shot of all the Lyoko warriors. I like this. The only problem with this shot is the doors don't completely open all the way. Well, they do to where you... Dang it. It cuts so fast, like, can't exactly grab it too well, but the doors, they open all the way, but they don't completely go out of frame, so they're still in frame a little bit, but you get to still see everybody in the frame, so I guess it's still somewhat good. But like I said, you can't really see you can still see the doors. That's my only problem. You can still see the doors in the frame, but I mean, I guess it's whatever. Anyway, after that, they all walk up to the supercomputer. Jeremy opens it. He goes to pull the lever to shut it down for good. But then he goes, "You know what? Does anybody have any final words they want to say before we shut it down?" Yumi goes, "Well, we had our ups and downs, our good times and bad times. We had a lot of fun and dangerous moments with the supercomputer and Lyoko and Xana and everything. But it's time to close this chapter of our lives. Time to move on from it. Thank you for everything, Lyoko." And Jeremy goes to pull the lever, and we get a lot of flashbacks of Yumi's best moments on Lyoko. A few on Earth, but most of it on Lyoko. And since it's Yumi's turn, we get to bring out fans. I get to how the heck did I got tangled. I was so confused at how this happened. But Yumi, she's the fan girl, so we get to see both of the fans come out today. Actually, I just got this one. Looks pretty nice, right? Well, this isn't mine, but got both fans out for Yumi today. And I'm going to show you guys the flashback. All the flashbacks are this orangish type of filter, because, it's a flashback. It looks pretty cool. One more time, because I messed it up 2 times. Here we go. Yumi. So, everybody gets their own moment just like this in the flashbacks. Here we go. This is Yumi's best moment. Everybody gets a moment just like this, where we see an orange type filter on all of Yumi's best moments. We get one for Orc, we get one for Odd, we get one for our leader. We don't really get one for Jeremy. We kind of get one for Jeremy, but not really. But this is Yumi's all of her best moments on Lyoko, who looks really cool. And I'm going to show you guys the ending of this too, because at the very end, she takes out both fans, puts her to her side, and that looks really cool too. And we get a moment for this for everybody. Obviously, I can't show the full version because it lasts for a pretty long while. Now we're going to front each one of them. They last for a pretty long while. I mean, it's the last episode, so they want to show everything they can, especially since it's nostalgic, but still, for at least 2 to 3 minutes. I think that's everybody's. So at least 2 to 3 minutes. Anyway, Jeremy, he goes to pull the lever to shut down the supercomputer, and he can't. And then we get a flashback for Jeremy. Now, it's not Jeremy's best moments. It's more like just the beginning of how Jeremy found everything. Then it cuts to a lot of stuff near the end of the series, how like Xana's finna take over the world. They finally beat Xana. So it's sort of like Xana and Jeremy, but not really Xana and Jeremy. It's not really Jeremy's best moments. It's a lot of flashbacks to the stuff we just saw in the last couple episodes and like a few scenes from like the very first episode. And we cut back to real time, and Jeremy, he just can't bring himself to shut off the supercomputer. He goes, I can't do this. Yumi goes, you can't or you won't. He goes, well, I just can't. And she goes, are you serious? Guys, do you see this guy? And then Auric, Odd, and Alita aren't saying anything. They're all just looking down. And then Yumi goes, hey, what's the matter with you? Odd goes, well, we're all a bit shooken up. We don't really know if we want to shut down the supercomputer right now. You know, it's been in our lives for so long. We don't really know. She goes, you guys are ridiculous. You know how dangerous the supercomputer thing is? William does also bring that moment up too. Like, do you not know how dangerous this thing is? But Xana, he's dead. So the supercomputer is really just a really powerful computer that has Lyoko. It's really just Lyoko now. It's not really that dangerous. I guess the battery for the supercomputer is a nuclear battery. But other than that, now it's just Lyoko, right? Since Xana's dead. But I guess, you know, still, you should probably shut it off, right? Anyway, Jeremy goes, how about this? Let's take a vote to see who wants to shut down the supercomputer. They go, Yumi goes, okay, that makes sense. So Jeremy goes, okay, if you're for shutting it down, raise your hand and say aye. Yumi goes, aye. But nobody else does. He goes, okay. Well, I guess we're not shutting down the supercomputer today. After that, we cut over to Yumi. Not Yumi. We cut over to Sissy. And Sissy's looking at that little GPS tracker. Yeah, sorry. This is my second time doing this. My first time it cut me off. So I had to do it again. Well, actually, I finished, but I felt like I had to do this again because I kind of messed up. And this is the last one, so I want to make it good. Anyway, it was a lot taller because I picked it, but it went down a little because I was doing stuff. It's still good, though. It's still good. Sissy, she's looking at the GPS tracker. And she goes, oh, okay. So Ulrich and his friends like to go to the old abandoned factory. So Nicholas and her are like, oh, okay, come on, Sissy, let's go now. She goes, no, we can't go now. Those guys are there, so we're going to run into them. I'm going to go over there and see what they be doing during PE or during gym. So think of an excuse for me so Jim doesn't get mad. Herb goes, well, what do you think we should say? Nicholas goes, well, what do you think we should say? She goes, I don't care what you say. Just think of the first thing that pops in your mind. Okay, fine. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. Then we get over to Yumi and Jeremy, and they're standing in front of the vending machines. Jeremy walks up to Yumi, and Yumi goes, I'm not in a talkative mood right now. Jeremy goes, okay, that's good, because I just want to talk to you and explain to you the reason why I didn't want to sit on the supercomputer. She goes, I don't really want to listen either. She starts to walk away, and Jeremy goes, do you remember when I first came to the Catholic Academy? I was like the #1 student. I had straight A's. I was smart. I was Einstein. But I had no friends. I was a loner. And then when I found a supercomputer, my whole life changed. I met Alita. I met you guys. We found Lyoko. I had all these friends. We made the group. And I feel like our friendship, our friend group, is tied to Lyoko. So I feel like if I shut down Lyoko, I'm going to shut down our friendship. And I'm just scared of that. And then the bell rings, and then he starts to walk away. And then obviously Yumi grabs him. She goes, hey, our friendship is much stronger than Lyoko. Even when that shuts down, we're still going to be a good friends no matter what. Really? Really. I'm like, that was a nice moment. That was a really nice moment between Jeremy and Yumi. That was sweet. I like that moment. I wish I could, have you guys hear that. But obviously, I'm not gonna risk that, but that was a really nice moment. And during that moment, we do get a flashback of we do not this. We do get a flashback of that really nice sweet moment when Alita says it's her duty to fight Xana by herself, and Jeremy goes, "No, it's our duty together." And everybody holds hands and in that circle. That was really nice. Anyway, after that, we cut over to PE. And in PE, Jeremy, he finally gets there. Jim is taking roll. And Jim yells for Sissy. And obviously nobody's answering. So he goes, what the heck? Where the heck is Sissy? At the exact same time, she's running over to the factory. He goes, where the heck is Sissy? Now, Nicholas says that she saw some aliens, got freaked out, and ran away. Everybody laughs. And, Jim goes, I'm not an idiot, right? Okay, I'll deal with her later. So he keeps continuing to take roll. And then Oric leans over to Odd. And he goes, "Hey, Odd, tell me, why didn't you want to sit down a supercomputer?" And then we get a montage of all of Odd's best moments on Lyoko. It looked really cool. We get to see him do some really cool stuff inside the skater submarine, shooting torpedoes, him on the overboard flipping and doing stuff, using laser arrows. He's doing all the cool stuff that Odd does every day. On Lyoko, looking really nice and stylish while he does it. And most of the moments of him just doing some cool stuff on the overboard. I'll never forget that one episode of Alita. She was by herself on the overboard and she was going crazy on in the mountain sector. If y'all remember what I'm talking about, then yeah, that was a nice moment, wasn't it? That was a nice episode. That was a dope moment when she was all by herself and all she had was the overboard. And she didn't have, I don't think she had energy field at the time. She was just going crazy with just the overboard. That was really cool. I like that. I really like that episode. Anyway, Odd goes, the reason why he didn't want to shut down a supercomputer was because he's going to miss all the heroics, like all the cool fun. Like Lyoko made his life fun. Always constantly have to sneak around the teachers, return to the past, going to Lyoko. Like being a hero, all the heroic stuff he gets to do every day, saving the planet. He's going to miss having that fun in his life. Or it goes, well, you don't really need Lyoko to have fun. Now you have enough time for sports and music. Or did you forget? And then we get like a really quick montage of him in that skateboarding tournament, listening to music. I goes, you do have a point. I'll give you a point on that one. Okay. And then Or goes, hey, also, you have enough time for the ladies. You Mr. Casanova over here. And now I starts to think, and then we get a montage of him with the ladies. And, well, we all know Odd. He does have a little luck with the ladies, like with Sam, but most of the time, his luck with the ladies is not the best, cause he does a bit too much, like that one episode in the season 3 or 2, when he was dating 3 girls at a time. They all found out, so they all walked up to him and smacked them. They all walked up to Odd and smacked them. There was even that one moment where he touched the girl. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Don't touch me. Man, don't talk to me." Mr. Casanova over here, he's not the best all the time. I'm just showing this moment because I really like Oryx and Jeremy's reaction. I like how they started laughing too when he was getting slapped. I really remember this episode because I don't know if I said this in the episode when I reviewed it, but I remember this episode when he got smacked by all 3 girls. I was in middle school. I think it was 5th grade. And I was telling my friends about this moment, about how those 3 girls smacked Odd back to back. I think they thought I was talking about real life. So they're like, "Captain Yeet, that's fake, man. Be quiet, man. That's fake." And I'm like, "No, for real. I'm serious." I don't think I told them it was like on a cartoon show I was just watching that night. I think I just said it. Instead of like giving the context, it was Codelyoko. So they didn't really believe me. I never forget that. I was like, "What?" Because in my mind, like, what? I was like, "What's wrong with you guys? I just saw that last night." I was like really mad that they didn't believe me. But I don't think I gave them the context. I was watching a cartoon. I don't think I gave them the context for that. Anyway, I goes, you know what? You have a point too. You get 2 points. Anyway, Jim over here is Odd and Org talking. So over here, Odd and Org talking. So he gives them a yelling at. And then Jim starts to explain how they're going to be doing RSG today. And RSG stands for, let me look at the subtitle so I don't mess it up, because I honestly did forget what it stands for. RSG stands for Rhythmic what? What does it say? Rhythmic sportive gymnastics. And then Jim starts to move a little bit, and his whole back cracks, and he goes, oh, and he stops moving. And then Alex says, oh, look, guys, it's a rusty sports gym teacher. And everybody starts to laugh. So Jim tells Odd Orc to go to the principal's office. So that's where they go. So that's exactly where they go. While they're walking there, Odd goes, okay, now it's your turn. Why didn't you want to turn off the supercomputer? And don't give me the whole gym routine about how you don't like to talk about it. Then we get all of Oric's best moments. And here we go. We get the Oric's props. Slice and dice. We get all of Oric's best moments on Lyoko. It looks really cool. And here they are right here. We get to see Oric do really cool stuff on the overbike, driving it, jumping off of it. He got his 2 swords or 1 sword. Most of these moments of him in his new outfit with his 2 swords, we do get a few Oric moments in his 1 sword. But by the time I'm stopped showing this, it's probably just going to be him with his 2 swords. But we get a lot of cool moments with him doing this stuff. That was pretty cool. That backflip. That backflip, dog. That was nice. That was really nice. Anyway, that's about it for all of our cool moments. I can't show the screen for too long. So, there we go. Man, it was flashing like crazy, huh? It's whatever. I was able to show this last time, but actually that would have been too long. So thank goodness I cut it off there. Well, hey, I put it back on me. I could just show it again real quickly. The really cool moment of him jumping and killing a tarantula using super sprint. I could show it now. Actually, I'm gonna do that. I showed it my first time, but the last time I didn't. But now that I'm thinking about it, it was a bit too long, so let me just show it now. Him uses super sprint to run, then he jumps and kills that tarantula. That looks really cool. That looks dope. Anyway, after it shows all of Oric's best moments on Lyoko, Oric goes, well, I like being a hero. Then we cut over to Sissy. She's in the computer room of the factory, and she starts to go through Jeremy's auto logs. Yeah, video logs. Yeah, auto logs. She starts to go through all of Jeremy's video logs of him talking about when he first found Lyoko, and every time they have a Lyoko attack, he starts to talk about. He records that each time, and Sissy's going through this right now. Then we cut over to Yumi walking out of walking out of her classroom. And William goes, hey, Yumi, did you guys do it? Did you shut down the supercomputer? And she goes, no, everybody's being a bit too nostalgic and stuff. They don't want to shut it down. He goes, what? Don't those guys know how dangerous this thing is? She goes, yeah, I know, this is ridiculous. And then William grabs her hand. Well, what is this guy doing? And he goes, so I guess me and you are somewhat the same, where I got to look at the subtitles because I completely forgot what he said. I completely forget what this guy said. And we started to, eternal optimist. But she goes, yeah, I don't know about that, pretty boy. I'll see you around later. And she runs away. When William started talking about how dangerous the supercomputer was, we started to get a montage for William. And I was like, are these guys really going to have a whole montage of him being controlled by Xana? That'd be stupid. But no, the montage starts with him getting controlled by Xana the first time. Then it just cooks back to reality. So I'm like, okay, so I don't know why he showed us that. It would have been better to just show us that one episode of him actually doing some cool stuff while he wasn't controlled. But hey, I guess it's whatever. I guess it's whatever. Anyway, we cut back over to Sissy, and she's going through the auto logs. Well, she's still going through them, but we got the first start up, and then we're cutting back to her still going through all the video logs, and she's starting to freak out because all the video logs. Jeremy's talking about every single time a Xena attack happened. So, Sissy will like skim through and he'll go, well, today Sissy got taken control of, nearly killed my cousin. What? Fast forward, a meteor nearly hit the earth. Phew, a laser was going to cut through the earth crust and explode us all. Crabs came. We had hornets, poisonous gas. I nearly died. Video, robots, like all this crazy stuff happening. And she's like, what? No! He starts freaking out of all these crazy things that happened throughout all the years. I'm guessing it's like been, well, no, it's only been like a year, I think. Like a year, almost 2 years throughout this whole series. Like, all this crazy stuff that happened just about every day. Sissy's like hearing all this and it's overwhelming her and she starts going crazy a little bit. Then we cut over to Jeremy and Alita sitting down on the stairs of the building where the principal office is. And Jeremy goes, well, we just gotta wait for Oric and Odd to get outside from getting yelled at by the principal, and then we can go. And Alita goes, well, Jeremy, I gotta tell you why I didn't want to sit down a supercomputer. He goes, no, it's okay, Alita, I think I know why. She goes, well, if I sit down a supercomputer, it's like saying goodbye to my past. It's like saying goodbye to my father. And then we get a flashback of all Alita's best moments with friends Hopper too. And, well, Alita wasn't really a fighter, so there's not too many fighting things we get to see from her. But, I mean, there's a decent amount. It is a decent amount of cool fighting things we get to see from her, especially once she gets to use the wings. This is all Alita's best moments on Lyoko. Not too many from the earlier seasons because, she didn't really fight. Not at all in the earlier season unless she had to. Even then, it was, like, really coincidental. She didn't really, like, fight. But we get a lot of cool things. Here, she's just running away, really. She's not doing too much. But we get to see a lot of Alita's best moments. We didn't get too many moments of her singing, like in the first season. That's something like a platform. But I guess that's whatever, too. Anyway, this is about it. I don't want to show the screen for too long, but yeah. Alita. Woohoo! She did a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to move it out the way and put it back on the screen when she starts to do the Codelyoko text, because that's classic. That's classic. The Codelyoko text and start to type that. That's classic right there. That's classic. Anyway, after that we get a really nice shot of Alita and Jeremy sitting down on the stairs of Lyoko. On the stairs of the principal's building. And then Jeremy goes, hey, it's okay, but now it's time to move on. Move on to something new. And Alita goes, yeah? Something more carefree? Yeah. I'm starting to think that way too, Alita. It's really crazy. You think about it, all we did, and no one's ever going to know anything about it. And then Sissy comes up out of nowhere. She goes, well, I know about it. I'm telling my father. They're like, what? They're like really confused. And then we cut over to Mr. Delmas yelling at Oric and Odd. And he goes, so, you called Jim a rusty sports gym teacher. And then Odd goes, well, no, actually I said rusty sportive gym teacher. Thank you for that correction, Odd. And then Sissy, she barges in, starts to tell Mr. Delmas, her dad, the principal, everything about Lyoko and everything. Odd and Oric are like, what the heck? How does he know about this? And then Jeremy and Alita, they bust in. And then Sissy starts to go on and on and on about how, Lyoko, the crazy stuff Xana did with the meteor, the lasers, the crabs, the robots. They're going to kill everybody. These guys need to be put in jail. And Mr. Delmas just looks at her, looks at Jeremy, Odd, Alita, and Oric. And then we just cut to outside. And Mr. Delmas is grabbing his daughter by the arm and just pulling her along. She goes, no, what are you doing, Dad? No, we need to put them in jail. You need to go to the factory. You need to shut everything down. He goes, yes, dear, we're going to do that, but let's get you to the infirmary. I don't need the infirmary. Get off me. And then in the background is Jim and Nicholas watching this. And earlier this episode, Nicholas told Jim that Sissy said she saw aliens and got scared and ran away. So Jim hearing her going crazy now, he goes, oh, wow. I guess you were telling the truth, Nicholas. Well, I gotta apologize. Thank you for telling me that. He goes, he just smiles and just looks at Jim. He doesn't really say anything. I thought it was really funny how he was just dragging her. How Mr. Delmas was just dragging her to go to the infirmary. And she was like, no, you need to lock them up. No, please. And Jim is just watching them. Anyway, it cuts over to Oric, and he walks up to Yumi, sitting on a bench, and she goes, so, where's everybody else at? He goes, oh, they all went to the factory. Jimmy's gonna launch a Return to the Past. The very last one. She goes, so, you ready to shut down the supercomputer? I don't know. Come on, I think you know. And then we get a flashback. You heard that. We get a flashback of all the cool moments that Oric and Yumi had together on Lyoko. And off Lyoko too. It's a mixed bag of all of them. Just the tag team moments they did, all the nice sweet moments they had on and off Lyoko, like when Oric gave her the present, when she kissed him on the cheek, when she was like, we don't need to start a fight for you to get my attention. Like, that was sweet. Like all the nice moments between these two. These two have been the number one couple besides Alita and Jeremy throughout the whole series. You know, we've been rooting for these knuckleheads this whole time. I just can't wait. No, they're not like official, but they're basically official. They're basically official. Anyway, they start holding hands, and then Jeremy does the Return of the Past, and then we see like the white glow in the background from the Return of the Past coming in and engulfing them when he does it to Return of the Past, which I thought was pretty cool, because he does it, and then we see them holding hands, and then like the white glow happens, and then we just see that was nice. That really nice. Anyway, it's the day before now. Well, it's the same day, but at the beginning now. And Sissy C comes up, and right when she goes to put the tracker on Oric's back, Oric catches her. He goes, "Hey, look, I'll be a lot better if you don't try to put a GPS tracker on me." She goes, "What? But how do you know?" He goes, "Look, if you just want to be part of our friend group, just don't try to mess us up, okay? We're friends." Sissy goes, "What? I'm your friend?" And then I goes, "Yeah, of course you're our friend. School will be pretty lame without you." Jimmy goes, "Yeah, of course you're our friend. You're nice." Lita says the same thing, like, "Yeah, you're our friend." She goes, "Oh, wow. Thank you." My goodness. And then she goes, "Hey, Nicholas, Herb, if I ever see you try to mess up my friends again, I'm going to knock your heads off." And then she walks past Yumi. She goes, "Hey, Yumi, how you doing?" And you know what? It's 6, whatever. I already know. Working everything out. What was I finna say? I got sidetracked. She walks past Yumi, and she goes, "Hey, Yumi, how you doing? Nice to see you." And Yumi smiles, and she goes, "So, you guys ready?" "Yeah, let's go." So they all walk through the forest. They go to shut down the supercomputer. They all raise their hands to say "I" to shut it down. Jeremy pulls the lever. The supercomputer shuts down. Then it closes up. And then we cut to them walking back outside the sewer in the forest, and Jim comes out of nowhere. He's hiding behind this tree right here. He comes out of nowhere, and he calls them, "So, what's the Fantastic Fivesome doing?" That was pretty cool. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to put the Fantastic Four inside the poster. Inside the thumbnail. I doubt it. Well, based on the thumbnail I want to do, I don't think I can. Plus, I might have to put a 5th person in there, so I guess Spider-Man, because he was part of the Fantastic Four, I don't know. But I'll show this on the screen. You know, he called them the Fantastic Foursome. The Fantastic Fivesome, obviously a reference to the GOAT group, the Fantastic Four, so boom. I'll show that on the screen just in case I'm not able to put it inside the thumbnail. But anyway, like I said, Jim pops out of nowhere. He pops out of that tree. He comes out of nowhere. He goes, "So, what are you knuckleheads doing out here?" And I goes, "Oh, nothing at all. We just closed the book on an unforgettable adventure filled with life of heroism and danger." Jim goes, "Yeah? Well, we all been there, Delarobia. I had to close the chapter of my life and become an adult too." I goes, "Whoa, you're an adult?" Jim goes, "Well, yeah, I'd rather not talk about it." After that, we get this nice scene of everybody on Lyoko saying bye, see you later. Everybody's in their new outfits besides Odd. Well, okay, when everybody's saying bye, actually, no, it's the old outfits. Well, it's a mix. Anyway, everybody's on Lyoko, and they're all saying bye, see you later, see ya guys, see ya. Then we see everybody on Lyoko standing there, just looking up. And we do get like a really quick shot of Jeremy smiling because, you know, he never went to Lyoko. Well, he did go, but we never get to see what he looked like. I don't know if there's concept art. I've seen fan art. I don't know if there's actually any concept art from the actual creators of what Jimmy was going to look like on Lyoko. Because he has actually been there and fought some enemies. So, I don't know. Hopefully there's some concept art out there that I can see one day of what he will look like on Lyoko. I've seen fan art of him looking like Mr. Puck, that doll that Lita had. I thought that would be kind of cool because Jeremy was getting made fun of from Odd, or like, "Yo, this guy looked ridiculous on Lyoko. He looked like an elf or whatever." And when I saw that fan, I was like, "Oh, that will be," but it's kind of official, so I don't know. But anyway, it was a really cool scene of everybody saying bye to everybody. Everybody saying bye to like the audience, and then we see them on the desert sector just looking up. Then we see the supercomputer closing up. A little glare forms, and then we get the credits. Oh man, I'm so sad. We're done. Bye. See ya. See you later. We see you guys, and we get to see Jeremy smiling. Oh man, I'm so sad. It's over. The last episode of Codelyoko. Look at this, man. It closes up. We see a little glare off the supercomputer, and then we get the credits for Codelyoko. Man, we've been doing this for so long. I'm so sad. 2 years. 2 years we've been doing this, man. Man. Well, that's it for Codelyoko. Now it's on to the next series. I will make a video for the 20th anniversary for Codelyoko in September. I will make a video for that. And I'll probably do a video for Cartoon Talk for Codelyoko. But other than that, I'm done. Unless they renew the series. Hopefully they renew the series. They're bringing back Totally Spies. Y'all remember that series from Cartoon Network? Totally Spies? They're bringing that back. If they can bring that back, they can bring Codelyoko back. Hopefully one day. But until then, that's just about it. We have 4 seasons, 26 for season 1 and 2, 15 for 3, and 30 for 4. When I was done with the first season, I was gonna stop doing Codelyoko reviews after I was done doing the first season. I would think, well, I'll probably go back and do the rest maybe one day. But I had so much fun during the first season. I really liked this series, and I had so much fun during the first season. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep going to see how far I get. And I did the second season, third, now the 4th. I just love this series. Now I got no more series to talk about. No more of this series to talk about. I know my next series I'm doing after Codelyoko is going to be Glitch Text. Oh yeah, actually, Happy Mother's Day. I forgot to say that. I gotta put that in the thumbnail too. Happy Mother's Day. I'm recording it. It's still 11, so it's not Mother's Day yet. But when this is uploaded, it'll be Mother's Day. So Happy Mother's Day. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I just really like this series. My next series I'm going to be doing is Glitch Text. So I'll be doing that and Teen Titans. I'm doing Teen Titans. I did that after Avatar. All 97 episodes of my Codelyoko reviews will be up in a playlist. I have it off to the side here when I'm, it'll pop up. It'll pop up. Yeah, the first season is a bit wonky. I didn't really show this. Oh, that's right. I wanted to show you guys this. I was going. The first season was a bit wonky. I didn't really start showing the screen to show you guys cool stuff until like episode 4, and then I started to show the screen for you guys. And like the first couple episodes, I used to write notes while I was watching the episode. I would write down notes during the episode, but I couldn't really enjoy the episode while I was doing it like that. And I was like, well, I have the episode playing right beside me, and I'm having notes. I have a pretty somewhat good memory, so I can just look at the side and just, so I stopped using the notes after I forget what episode I stopped using notes at, but I know I stopped using it in the first season. The thumbnail in the first seasons were a bit wonky and stuff, but, it was really good. It was a bit wonky in the first season, but hey, it was all good. My hair was like looking ridiculous. Every time I go back to look at old episodes, I'm like, man, what was I doing? Did I not pick my L that day? I mean, I guess I did. I guess my hair was a lot lower. I think my hair was maybe this big back in the day, but maybe it was a lot lower than I thought it was. I don't know. But I wanted to show this picture of it's season 1, episode 3, Holiday in the Fog. It was when Jeremy and Org spray painted, so Jim would give them the attention so they could stay later during the holiday. And I never got to show what it looked like, the second version or the first version. Because the first version was like Jim in a bunny outfit and obviously they got in trouble. But the second version was like Jim in like a kingly outfit. He was looking nice. I never got to show it, and I really wanted to show this. Anyway, this is it. This is it. But yeah, that's Codelyoko. I don't want to stop talking about Codelyoko, but I got to. This sucks. I'm gonna miss it. Well, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all out there for being wonderful human beings, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye. All right. Oh, man. I guess I'll show you guys Glitch Text. I ain't got enough time for that. Happy Mother's Day. I'll see you guys later.